Hello, hello, hello. This is Sister on City TV and, of course, 97.3 City FM. Feels great to come your way once again. And, of course, to be able to talk or speak to your relationships and all the issues that arise. My name is Jessica, and tonight, of course, we'll be taking your questions as usual. I've got my sisters here with me. There are various platforms or ways that you can reach out to us and be part of this conversation and part of the show. One of them being our WhatsApp platform. You can send a quick WhatsApp message to 054-998-6996 or send an email to jessica@cityfmonline.com. Better yet, if you don't mind your business out there and you want to post something on social media that will catch our attention, the hashtag to use is SisterSisterLive. Don't forget, we have a Facebook page that we just started. So if you really enjoy the show and, you're a fan of the show and you'd like to join our interactions beyond the show, then definitely look for @SisterSisterLive on Facebook. And you're more than welcome to join that growing group. That being said, we'll go for this quick thing. And then when we return, I will say hello, or better yet, introduce the ladies to you tonight. Right, welcome back, Sister on City TV and 97.3 City FM. Remember, you can download the City Newsroom app on your phone and you'll be able to listen to us from wherever you are in the world, be it on Android or iOS. Right, let's say hello to my sisters tonight, and of course, they're here looking radiant as always. Tina, in the house tonight, what's going on, girl?
Oh, nothing much. I'm in high spirits.
Are you now?
Yeah, I tried on a new dress from one participant from the Heritage Camp.
Oh, that's fantastic.
She made it for me. Opare, shout outs to you. Thank you so much.
It's nice. It's lovely.
Yeah.
It's really lovely. And Olivia, how are you doing? Everything okay?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm excited. Today's Thursday. Looking forward to Friday. Weekend.
There you go. There you go.
But I'm good. Everyone is good. Thank you. How are you?
Fantastic. Couldn't be better. I'm in whites. That doesn't happen every day.
Yeah.
Because I'm lazy. I don't like whites. Yeah, man. It just takes it's too hard to maintain.
I thought you'd never say it.
Well, no. I mean, I know what my problems are. What are yours?
Okay. Moving on.
Rosita's here. What's up, girlfriend?
I'm good. I'm also having a good fabric time.
Yeah.
It was made for me before I got pregnant, and I fit in it again.
Fantastic. Happy for you.
Yeah.
You know that moment?
I know, right? Like you
When
actually
you fit
close
into
the,
an
you
app,
actually
like,
close the buttons.
No.
Not me.
Let's go eat to celebrate.
And gain it all back.
Yeah, and gain it all back. Anyway, ladies, good to see you. Thanks for making time once again. To those of you watching, if you could send your messages early, we will address them early, and then you wouldn't have to wait maybe for the next episode. But I must say, whenever you send a message to the show, it's not lost. It's still in our system, and on subsequent episodes of a show, we address them. So just keep them coming through. No shaking. Keep watching the show, and we'll get to yours any day now. So we'll start with our first message from Kweku in Laboni. Now, he says, "Hi, sisters. Great show as always. I tend to be direct and recently told a lady I'm interested in her. I'm serious and not into games, but I don't think she feels the same. She's been silent about it and not responsive. She's also doing her master's. I want to know if I should be persistent and patient or walk. I know sometimes man has to work to win a lady, but what are your thoughts on this?" Anyone can go first.
Both of them are doing their masters.
He didn't say, but the lady is.
Okay. So she's not a small girl. So if she wants something, even if she doesn't directly say, "Oh, let's start off this relationship," she'll give vibes of being interested. I don't think, because if she's doing her masters, I don't think she's anything less than 24, 25. So which means that she should know what she wants. And if she wants you, even if she doesn't have a direct yes for you, her body language, her vibes, her attention she gives you, all that should give you the vibe that she's interested. So if you're not getting all that vibe, all that interest from her, then it's most likely she doesn't want a relationship. She doesn't mind being friends with you, but she probably doesn't want a relationship. And I think there's nothing wrong with reminding her of your request and see what response she has to give. But beyond a certain time, if she's not being responsive, don't turn into a stalker either. Just move on.
I think you have to have that conversation with her so that you take yourself out of the misery in which you're in. Because I feel like you both, like you're in a certain bubble and she's probably not exactly where you are at, so you don't know what you're doing. So have that conversation with her. Maybe you've been dropping hints, maybe she hasn't stopped to notice the hints. Have that conversation with her. Let her confirm exactly where she's at. Say to her, I hope you haven't forgotten me, or something like, I'm really interested in you, not just as a friend. I really want to get to know you a bit more. And then, depending on what her response is, you know exactly where you are at. And for young ladies who tend to not make up their minds as to exactly what they want. Seriously, sometimes guys, it's stressful for them. I'm speaking for guys. Sometimes, like, you have no idea how much courage they just have to muster to be able to come and stand in front of you and say, hey, Tina, I really like you. Go out with me. Like, you have no idea. And for Tina to look at them and go like,
and she will.
You like, it just completely breaks their world, and the whole thing, the whole thing about, I'm thinking about it. You're very like you can't make up your mind as to what you want. Sometimes, if you see the guy and you think that, Charlie, I like him, he's a fine guy, okay, say yes now and find out, get to know him. The fact that you have said yes doesn't mean anything. It just means that, you're just giving him some more time and giving yourself more time to also get to know whoever it is that you're looking to be in a relationship with. It means nothing. It means, I'd like to know you a bit more as a friend. Therefore, I can't just walk past you. I'm just opening up my doors to get to know you. So really, ask her and know where you stand, if you ask me.
There's one dynamic that she brought in, so I'm going to share something. So somebody actually liked me. He was direct. He said, I like you. And he was showing everything, but I actually thought he was joking.
Joking.
So, you see, that's the thing. I think I don't know. Maybe I was expecting it in a certain dramatic way,
too many books.
And so I was just. The guy said, "Charlie, me pewo," and then I was just. Yeah. So it was later that, like, in life, it became like a friendship kind of thing, and it was done. Later in life, that Charlie, a lot of people were telling me, Charlie, na guy no pewo. He said so many things that, like, we should help him, we should do this. But you were in, like, friendship zone, cry. Do you understand? So I feel that sometimes it's just, and if I had paid attention then, maybe I would have liked him. But because I wasn't even thinking in that direction, I didn't even put any importance to it. And so sometimes women miss the point. They miss the whole... The man thinks he's doing something and he's being direct, but we always see it as, don't worry, now for 4, So sometimes we miss these things. Yeah. It's not intentional. Okay. But other times too, I think that the lady is just... being long, or culturally they've taught her that, Charlie, you don't just lose guard and give yourself to a man like that. When he's doing, he should suffer small. Let him toast you small. Let him do this. Let him suffer for you small. Otherwise, then, and men too, sometimes the utterances that they make, they say that they are men. They have to work for the woman. So all these things actually also come into play. The woman thinks that you should do more to actually get her attention. And that's a bit outdated, because we are getting to times when your yes should be yes. You should be as direct as you can. I like you. What do you think? Don't waste people's time. Yeah. Because ain't nobody get time to waste.
Thank you.
So that's another thing. The last thing I'll also say is that sometimes when the woman is giving you negative vibes, move.
Yeah.
Don't stay
Hoping.
so long hoping upon hope. And Rosina was saying something like, don't bother, don't follow her around, like, oh, don't do that.
Yeah.
Now you become a pest. So you started out with good intentions, then all of a sudden you become a bad person.
Sure.
If she's not giving you any vibe, or that's what the guy did. I wasn't giving him any vibe. He moved on. He got some girl. Me, I was happy for him because I didn't even know. So yeah, move on, Charlie.
Yeah.
Doesn't he call you to say, oh, Charlie, you when I asked
Oh,
you out?
like, I mean,
you have
about
said
2 years
yes.
Me, I'm
ago,
happy
we had...
she didn't notice. I have my own reasons.
Yes. No, that's fine.
We'll talk about that later. So there's one thing I've noticed, that the older you grow, the less time it takes for you to make a decision, because you also know what you
Definitely.
want.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that the conversation of how old will she have, like, will she
Yeah.
be? She's done her master's after 25. She definitely knows what she wants, in my estimation. So if it's not an issue of like what Tina said, okay, maybe she thinks you're joking, highly unlikely. I just think she's not that into you.
Yeah.
So my guy, it is what it is. I'm sure you're a decent man. You can find, other women out
You
there.
can find Jessica.
Yeah.
You can find Jessica.
Well, I'm not up for sale. But we shall have that conversation later as well. Let's move on. God's Way in Accra says, Dear sisters, I'm 35 years of age and I am HIV positive. How I got the infection is unknown to me because I was a virgin back then. I've been single since 2006 when I tested positive. The problem is that my family do not know my status there, and they're putting a lot of pressure on me to get married, especially my mother. On the other hand, I have a strong liking for white women, and I want to get married to one. Sisters, what should I do? I'm worried and broken. Help me.
Okay. So generally, I think that getting HIV is like getting any health condition. Okay. Now, when you go into a relationship, it doesn't stop you from going into a relationship with anybody. But once you do, you need to, and you've gotten to a point where you guys are getting serious, you need to let your partner know that this is my status. Now, you living with it means that sometimes you can protect yourself such that you can't transfer it to the next person. Okay, so you can actually have a normal life without passing it on to your kids. So it doesn't stop you from being a regular human being. You just need to tell your partner, and your partner needs to make that decision whether they can, continue with you or do this long-term thing with you. You can only try, because if you don't, you wouldn't know what lies ahead or what. And you like white women, so you've eliminated all black women. That's one. So now you have a close group. Do you know where to find these white women? I don't know. So I don't know whether you have white women in your circles. Then you've narrowed. And so start now, having conversations and see who best fits your type of, and then tell them what you really are, or who you really are, your status, and see whether they can handle it. If not, and you don't have any white women in your circle to start with, maybe you might want to go to a brochure and start over there.
That's an option.
Yeah. So,
Good luck.
yeah.
This is my thinking. Whoever it is that you're looking to be in a relationship with you don't need your parents, you don't need your parents to know your status, your HIV status. Because the other question was, should you let your family know? They're begging you to get married. It's the person you're looking to get married who has to know. Because at the end of the day, behind closed doors, who are you going to be with? Not your mom, not your dad. And if you feel like, because that's a that's tough information to just pour out there. So really, you want whoever it is that you're looking to be with to know, and the person has to know. If you ask me in terms of importance, who is the most important person who has to know your HIV status is the person that you're looking to marry. That one, it doesn't matter whether they're white, blue, green, or black, but whoever it is, they have to know. And also addressing the issue about how you contracted the virus. Clearly, you sound as though you're certain it wasn't through sex. But there are other things that I've noticed which is very surprising. You know, the guys who go around with the blade to cut people's nails and I feel like this is an opportunity to educate people and let them know that it's not right. It's dangerous. People just walk around with just blade, with just, and they don't sterilize it. They just move on to the next. And innocently, you may have, I'm not saying that that's what you did, but it's a platform to conscientize people that these are the little things that we do that we take for granted that has terrible consequences. So the things that we do that we don't know that we have to start being conscious of, because HIV, you could contract HIV just like that. Yep. So everybody should just be a bit more careful. And regarding your life and regarding your future, just to add a bit to what Tina said, your life doesn't have to come to a standstill. You could live a normal life. You could enjoy life. So don't get all close in and don't feel like you owe it to your parents to let them know. If you ask me, this is what I think. But you just owe it to your partner because they need to know, because you're going to spend your life with them.
Okay. Rosie.
I differ a little. I think your parents should know. Because sitting as a parent, Dante would always be my little boy. Danica would always be my little girl, even if they are 40 years old. You understand? If something is wrong with them or they're going through a certain crisis, as a parent, I would want to know. It may hit me hard in the beginning, but no matter what, being a parent, a part of you sinks in and wants to either help or at least just be there for your child, like be a listening ear for your child. So I would want to know what is going on. So I think from that angle, I think that the child, the man owes it to his parents to at least break his news to his immediate family. That being said, it doesn't have to be public news, just to the immediate family, for them to know that, look, I'm HIV positive. I've known for, let's say, 3, 4, 5 years, and I'm not dead yet, which means that I probably have so many years to live. It's nothing scary. It's an opportunity to educate your parents. That being said, when you get married or you get a woman and you bring the woman to the house, they won't be giving you from full pressure that get pregnant, have a baby. They will know that you guys need to go through certain medical procedures in order for the things to happen. So it also eases that pressure, the future pressure that they could give you. So I think that, yes, you should let your parents know. It's important that you should let them know. Sometimes we give our parents little credit. We think they'll back at us. Like the first day I took my bike home, I thought my mom was going to go mad and crazy. Or she was like, oh, finally you've got a bike, because she knew I had interest in it. Okay, let me take my car to the garage. Put your bike in the garage because it's easier to steal. Let me park outside. That was her reaction, yes.
I love your mother.
So it means that she knows me. She knows the kind of person you are. So you may think that they'll get angry. You may think they'll behave funnily, but you'll be surprised that they would actually be more receptive than you think they would be. Now, as to whether you can live your life, now we know that HIV is not as scary as it used to be. You can still live your life, just that you probably be a little bit more cautious than somebody who doesn't have it. Now, as to your taste in women, that one, there's nothing for me to say. I can't do anything about it. That is your taste. Then you should go to the places where your taste can be found. That's all. And let's hope that the taste, when you finally find the taste, they'll be as accommodating of your situation as you want them to be. But the thing is that, look, once you find your taste and you decide that I like this woman, be honest to yourself and not jump into intimacy with a woman. Actually do the dating proper, where you go out, you talk, go to the movies. Then when she looks like somebody who is so interested in you, then you can have this discussion and then move it to the next level. So do yourself a service and don't jump into any form of intimacy, not even kissing. Because even when you have bleeding gums, for instance, and then the other party also has bleeding gums, you can easily, transfer it. So don't be quick to get into intimacy. Find people, make good friends, hang out with them. Get someone who's equally interested in you. And then when you feel that energy, that vibe, and you also like the person, then you can take it the next level by getting serious and talking to the person about your condition. Because you also don't want to go around telling everybody you meet that, hey, girl, I like you, I'm HIV positive, what's up? And it doesn't work that way. So you need to do that so that when the person decides that they want to be with you, they know the condition you're in. And you don't want to switch into where you bring the girl to the house and then the girl says, and your son has HIV, and the person's like, no, my son never, he doesn't. You don't want that. So just play your cards right. Yeah, the life doesn't have to end.
Yeah, and to buttress your point, Rosina, who would you rather knows about such a status? Is it your family, your blood?
My blood.
Or some other person that you're yet to get married to? You know what I mean? And one, if your family knows, they'll stop giving you pressure. They will understand why you're taking your time, because one, it's not just about you now. You need to find someone who's willing to live with your condition, so that eases up on the pressure side. And I think that's probably your biggest headache now. As for finding the right woman, well, just go to certain places, they'll be there, I'm sure. So good luck, Godway, and thank you very much for sending us your message. Gloria in East Legon says, dear sisters, I'm a 35-year-old lady with a big problem. Literally. I have a big private part. I've dated 5 men in 2 years. They all lose interest after lovemaking. One told me I was loose and they struggled to climax. This has affected my self-confidence as a woman. What do you ladies think I can do?
I'm not laughing.
Oh no, I'm not laughing. Wow. Okay, for starters, wow. For starters, you could try Kegel exercises. If you don't know what Kegel exercises are, like,
Is
you
it
know,
Kegel
like
or Kegel? Kegel.
Kegel.
Yeah.
Okay.
That means I've been buying all my life.
Kegel.
Yeah, Kegel exercises whereby, like, how do I explain this? It's very difficult.
Like when you want to pee,
you hold
and you're holding that muscle you use to hold back the pee.
Exactly.
Is what you exercise.
So you need to contract that area. And so you can start off with like Kegel exercises. Abstain from sex. If you can, I would advise that you abstain from sex. If you, you see, they sell all these products on the market, using hot tights, and and they advise this ginger, onion, tomato, pepper. Like some women just literally put
prefer pizza
down there. You have no idea what people do. Just stay away from all that. Try and keep clean. Use water to clean the place. Honestly, God has prepared the place in such a way that it cleans itself naturally. Putting soap and putting those things just worsens things. It's naturally cleanses the place. Use water. You see the outer part and those sides. I just make sure that side, the outer parts, they use soap. But basically, try to keep a clean, hygienic life. Kegel exercise, abstinence, and don't overcomplicate issues. Really, this is my little advice. I don't know.
I would say still do the Kegel exercises. They are good, but if it's so bad, it can be medically treated. As in, you can go and then they would. I think there's a way they can stitch you up a little bit, because when you have when you're giving birth and you have a tear, sometimes there's a way they're able to stitch you up and even give you something even more tighter than you used to have. So if it's a really big issue, like you're saying, try the Kegel exercise for some time. If it's not working, and then you can actually, if you actually master the Kegel exercise, what happens is that even in the act, you can do it in the act. So which means that in the process, you're actually grabbing it tighter. So it's a skill you need to acquire. So it's something that you can practice. And even if you don't have a big distance cry, it's good. It works. It works. So you do the Kegel such that even when you're in the act, you're still doing it. It gives them a very nice, fantastic thing. Or you go to your gynae and then tell your gynae.
But quick question to Rosie's submission though. So you see, when he goes inside, right, and when they stitch the outside, and the outside is just it's
not the stitching. That's the way. It's a medical process. We're not doctors. There's something they do that can
to reduce
the canal, the girth,
or something,
and make it something,
or the diameter.
Something. You understand?
Yeah. But I thank you all for the education.
You didn't know this?
No, not at all. But I know that some people are actually born big. It's not about their sexual life. No. It's not the fact that they've been around doing anything. So maybe yours may not be that you have been promiscuous in the past or had many sexual partners.
People are still small.
I would So staying away from sex may not do anything for you. It won't close.
No, it won't close.
That is how you were born.
That's how it is.
Okay, for me, when I don't have sex,
for you.
No, I'm talking about the normal. By the time, it's just what I mean. Like,
but it feels close, crowd. After one episode, back to factory settings. What are you talking about?
let's
say more than one episode. Okay. But
I was just saying that some people are naturally born that way, and so staying away and all that from sex and all that may not impact anything. So medically, that might be. So I don't know whether it's a stitching up or something, but I think there should be a way that they can close it small for
you. Ladies. I don't know if this suggestion is going to be, but why don't you also find men who are bigger?
But how would you know?
I know. I know. That's what I'm saying.
Because they're actually men who are also struggling because
they're
too
so
big and no one can find a match.
So maybe, and I don't know how. I don't have answers to how you're going to find a guy. So I'm just saying. Maybe you can also find because. If she's already big and all the guys she's coming across are say medium or small size guys, then you have a problem.
Kinds of guys.
Do you understand? So you have to find someone who has this thing.
We can do Facebook posts for you.
Auditions.
But I mean, not to take this lightly. We feel your pain definitely. I think speak to maybe a gynae or someone like that about it and see if you can get some good help. Okay. We wish you the best of luck. It's Sister on City TV and 97.3 City FM. We'll go for a quick commercial break. When we return, more of your messages. Don't go anywhere.
The story unfolds as Brazil Avenue gets even more suspense-filled. Carmenia continues her devious schemes, but fears Rita may be onto her, although she's still oblivious of her true identity. Rita battles being exposed and is doing everything in her power to keep her true identity a secret while she plots her vengeance. Jorginho is caught between the two forces as he struggles to find his own truth. Amidst all this, the story is intertwined in love, greed, deceit, thrills, and action in the award-winning Brazil Avenue, which airs on City TV, Wednesdays to Fridays at 10 p.m. and the Omnibus on Saturdays 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Only on City TV.
We spice up your mornings with culturally enriched conversations, social interviews, and policy-oriented discussions that will keep you updated on the progress of the nation. Let your voice be heard with the hashtag #BreakfastDaily.
It's actually a good thing and healthy to be okay in your own skin. not because you don't have the options, but it's also healthy to be able to say, listen, I'm going to the movies by myself. I'm going to the restaurant by myself.
Join us for breakfast daily, only on City TV. Join the Breakfast Daily team Monday through Fridays from 7:30 a.m. to 10.
You're welcome back to Sister Sister on City TV and, of course, 97.3 City FM. Your comments are welcome on 054-998-6996, or you can also send an email to jessica@cityfmonline.com. Let's hear what you think about, any of the stuff that we've talked about here today, or maybe you have a personal question you'd like to throw out to us. We'll be more than happy to address it. Remember, we have a Facebook page now. Just search for Sister Sister Live. Yeah, on Facebook, it will take you to our page. You'll see this logo as our DP. Add us or follow us, like that page, and join the family. We're trying to grow it here. Okay. All right. So here's a message, and this one's from Mame. Now she says, "So I married my wife." Oh, I beg your pardon. It's from Gustav. I jumped to another one. "I married my wife after 4 years of courting. Everything checked out, and I had no second thoughts about marrying her, and I still adore her. The thing is this, since we got married and she moved into my house, she set up house rules, giving me curfews and whatnot. I do stay out and socialize with my friends once a week, and I encourage her to do same, as I believe you should have a good balance with your private and social life. I came home late one night, and since then she's been threatening to take our child and leave the house if I come home late again. She can be in a mood sometimes over nothing and not talk to me for almost a week when I don't know what's wrong. The other day, she was arguing on the phone with some man and shouting at him not to call her again. I asked her who it was. Until today, she's refused to tell me. I don't think the way the marriage has began is healthy, and I tried to sit her down to find out what's wrong with her, but nothing comes out of it. How do I decipher this situation? Because I don't know what to do with regards to these threats. Sometimes I even come home at 10 p.m. on a day I'm hanging out with my friends just to keep her happy, even though the curfew is at midnight, but she still complains. Is it a women's thing or what? Please help." Okay.
Just before anybody says anything,
Go ahead.
It's not a women's thing.
Oh, it's not?
So,
No,
it's not.
It could be a woman's thing, but it's not my thing.
Exactly.
None of you are guilty of this. Eh?
No. It's definitely
You
not
like
a
your
woman's
independence
thing.
a bit too much. That's
Yes.
your problem.
Yes.
Not everybody's like
See,
that.
this is a typical woman's thing,
Yes.
but not a woman's thing.
No, I
like,
feel you. Charlie,
Yeah,
for the
because you
sisters,
see, the thing is that you see, some people believe. You see, there are people who believe that marriage has some rules and conditions that come with it. Yeah. They feel that okay, when you're married, you need to do A, B, C, D,
in a
E.
particular way,
in a particular order. When you're a woman, to actually like you are married, so now you don't have to stay out. You don't have to go out at all at any time. You see, there's a bit of truth in it, and then there's a bit of stress in it. I mean, seriously, once you're married, you have a duty to your wife and to your children. Yes, they have to see you. You can't say that you're out of the house every day till like 10 p.m., 11 p.m., midnight, 1 a.m. But it doesn't mean that once a week, if you have to hang out with your friends, what's the big deal? But if you have to hang out with your friends, an emergency in the house, nothing stops you from cancelling your outing and deal with the emergency in the house. So it's all about, your common sense and everything. And at the same time, to the girl too, the woman too, Charlie, as and when, the fact that you are married doesn't mean that your social life has to come to an end. You can be married and call Jessica, Tina, Olivia and say, Charlie, let's hang out, let's go do movies tonight. Go all out and come back at midnight. Even when I was heavily pregnant.
That's a good idea, by the way.
Yeah.
You should totally do that.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Oh, she
not the movie.
Even when
She
I
was
was heavily pregnant, there were times I'll go out for salsa.
We went Strictly Come Dancing.
Yeah. With my bum. I'll go salsa dancing and I'll come back home like let's say 12:31 and I'll come and meet him on the couch, and when I come, and then we'll go inside and go and
continue the dancing.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So I think that there should really be no restrictions as to going out and those things, but you should just be sensitive to the conditions, the current situations in the house. For instance, I won't get up and go salsa dancing till midnight when I know that there's a 2-month-old baby who is dependent on my breast.
Yeah.
You understand? And you should also not be selfish enough to also step out to 1 a.m., 2 a.m. when you know that probably one of the children is not feeling too well. You know, you probably need to just be in the house and help out or see what you can do, or even just be a psychological break that is sitting in the house just in case something goes wrong. So sometimes it's case by case basis. Now, to answer the guy's question, you know, it's very difficult to change people's mindsets when they know that this is how to do things. Your duty is also not, because we are married already. If you're not married, we would have said other things. But now that you're married, all we would say is that break it in slowly. Let her know. And as for the guy that she was shouting, don't call me again, don't call me again. Trust me, it could even be a lie. She wants to get you jealous. Period.
Could be.
Because she's there insecure, feeling that anytime you go out, you go and do something silly. That's why she's probably saying that you should come home at a certain time. Don't stay out today, because she feels that maybe you're hanging out with the boys, but you're probably doing other things. So she got up and she said, you, don't call me again. This is the last time again. Because if really that guy is somebody, she won't do it in front of you. Why would she do it in front of you like that? And today she doesn't have a name for the person. It could even be a lie. It could be a lie. So don't sweat it too much on that front. Well, I'm just saying that, look, Charlie, some of these things, you've dated for 4 years. Look, I know people who've dated for 8 years, 10 years. And they still didn't know their partner too well. So your 4
married,
years...
actually, not dating.
No, they dated for 4 years before getting married.
But they're married
before they got married.
4 years too, so 8 in total.
Oh, okay.
So if they've dated for 4 years, it's no guarantee that you know the person fully. Even 10 years, it's no guarantee. So don't be upset with yourself, thinking that maybe this was something you should have seen that you didn't see. It happens. Because this is the first opportunity you had to actually live under the same roof. So 24/7, you're in each other's faces. So you get shocks here and there. So just learn to deal with the shocks. Do it day by day. I mean, if you can go for some postmarital counseling, that'll be fine. So that you can iron some of these issues out. But it's not going to happen overnight. And don't expect it to change overnight. It's a process.
Right.
I agree with Rosie. To add to all that she said, you see, when you get married, especially the women, we need to chill. You know, I'm not, I mean, like Rosie said, she said it all. But this whole, you see, you need to own your home as a married woman. Own your home. Make your home the go-to place. Like, your husband should be so in a hurry to come back home. He's got options to go out and go chill with his friends, but after work, he doesn't care. He's in a hurry to come back home. Because why? He's not coming home to a wife who is nagging, to a wife who is giving him your friend is saying terms and conditions. She married him. She's expecting so much from him. And you see, women, when we get upset, this whole thing about is fine. Does that solve the problem? The guy has actually reached out to you and he's come to sit you down and said to you, my dear, let's talk. Is there a problem? You're not talking about it. You're doing kasha kasha. How are you going to enjoy your marriage? And now he's thinking, oh, okay, so I can still go out and go and chill, because when I'm home, you don't want to talk to me. You're angry about something you don't want to open up about. Okay, so this is him trying to solve the problem by saying, oh, okay, you've given me curfew 12:30. Oh, I'll do you a favor. I'll come at 10 o'clock. He's thinking, he's looking for a way to solve the problem. And everybody, when it comes to marriage, everybody matures differently. You know, so it's taking some time for him to mature. And the woman is expecting that by now he should pick up, like he should know what it is. Like she's expecting, say, when you're friends, you should know. I don't have to open up my mouth literally to tell you, say, I need you at home. But sometimes, really, bottling it all up and getting angry and upset, sometimes all the men need is, my dear, I really miss you. I think I would love for you to spend some more time with me. I know you enjoy going out with your friends. Can you make him want to be home? But when you're giving him attitude and he's coming and he doesn't know and he's like, he won't stay home, After a couple of kids, what do you think is gonna happen? Already, when the kids come in, you are already at your mother's place. So
all of us went to our mother's place.
Okay. In some situations, I'm just saying, it's much easier, because then automatically the men are expected to understand. Say, oh, we're weary, so one, sex can happen. Two, she's at the mom's, nursing and all of that. So some men can't deal with it. Some men try and find solutions to make themselves happy. Some men who are very loyal will stay with you. But all I'm saying is that you need to get out of the woman. You need to get out of your shakara mood or your kasha mood. And this is your marriage. Take a hold of it and enjoy it. You just got married, for crying out loud. There are other issues to deal with. If you don't start enjoying your marriage now, when are you going to enjoy it? Make the home nice, and put on your, and then when some women get married, they just let it all go. They let it, for some women, the fact that, I'm finally married. I've got you. What else is there? I have 2 kids. What else? They don't try and look nice. The guy comes home, cry. She has cloth around her. She probably hasn't bathed since morning. So it's the petty things that we do that make the house and the marriage much more interesting. Really, woman, snap out of it. And man, listen, tell your woman about it, that, at the end of the day, I think you've tried it once, it hasn't worked. Like Rosie said, find a post-marriage counselor to sit you down and talk about issues and iron them out. Talk about it and enjoy your marriage. We can't wahala this.
Hey. The one is only complaining about your curfew when you work on.
But if you think about it.
Anyway, so I agree with both of them. The little I'll add is that the man, the woman wants you to know and be sensitive towards her. So you bringing this issue, that what I'll say is that be more attentive. Sometimes the men and the women, what they do is they find it difficult to even tell you, you should know. It's not rocket science. It's not rocket science, because wait, I'm coming. She has mentioned, he mentioned in there that she threatens to leave with their child.
Their child, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm thinking that relatively young woman who has given birth, probably postnatal depression, whatever, maybe things have changed for her all of a sudden. Maybe when they were dating, they were both going their ways. Everybody was doing their stuff and they were all cool. Now that they are married, things have changed for the woman. And now she's all of a sudden she's just conscious that she has to take care of the kid, do this, do that. Look at her body, it's not even nice anymore. Her stomach is not coming back to normal. Everything is too much for her, and she's just thinking, you're still in town chilling with your boys. So
in fact, Tina, that is the issue.
So maybe
because I've gone through, that's the issue.
So maybe she's not thinking that you are cheating. She's just thinking that, so I have to go through all this and you are just going ahead normally with your life.
Yes.
And I just want to say that the anger, the depression, everything doesn't even want to make her talk. She just wants to be like, oh, it's fine. You've come home. You don't even know that you asked me whether have I eaten, whether things are okay. So she's just doing a silent battle. Even though you've come home 10 p.m. before 2 hours before midnight, you've come. Maybe you are even sitting in the hall. Maybe you just said, "Oh, good evening," Netta, saying you've gone to sleep. Oh, you are snoring.
No chatting. Nothing.
That's the most annoying part.
But seriously,
nothing
is very true.
You see, so I think that pay attention and do more. Be more sensitive. Oh, should I feed the baby? Should I run your bath? Should I do something? Just make her feel like she counts. And all her toil during the day actually amounts to something. So you've got it the rest of the night. You've just got it.
It's true.
Have you seen a woman who is angry, who is like, don't help me, leave me alone?
No, but listen. I've said it on this show severally. I've said it on this show severally that, when I had Dante the first time, anytime Dan got up and said, "Oh, I'm coming," I was so mad at him. Mad because he can just get into the bathroom, 5-10 minutes, shower, wear his dress, do to his fine boy things, wear his earring and he's gone out. Then if I want to go out, I have to think, baby, diaper bag, diapers, feeding bottle. Even the baby carrying the baby cry, the dress I have to wear is dependent on the baby. Has to be a dress that is open front, even till now. So anytime I come, you have to have an open front outfit. Yeah. You know, so it's so depressing. And sometimes you can't complain because you see, the moment you're complaining, it's like you don't have other people are looking for children. You have a child and you are complaining. Why are you complaining? Sometimes you can't even complain because you're afraid that you'll be seen as ungrateful or you'll be seen as somebody undeserving of the child that you have. But there are real issues that are going on, and people think that black women don't have postpartum depression, but we do. So the thing is that it's possible that she's probably depressed. She's done it over years, over months, and she's tired. So once in a while, take her out. Instead of you going out and saying curfew is at 10, one day say that, you know what, today, let's leave the children with grandma. Yeah. Take the children to grandma for a week. Let's go for a second honeymoon. 3 days, 4 days, between you and me, let's step out. Let's go clubbing. Let's go to the beach. Let's go hang out. Let's go do this. Let's go do that. Then she feels like she's also a part of you. Yeah. So I think that, what Tina said, hit the nail right on the head. I think she's just frustrated. And she doesn't know how to communicate that level of frustration. Yeah. And it's not her fault. She doesn't know how to.
Wow. I was going to say something, but at this point, I think, you guys, I have no experience with that, so I can't really speak to that issue. But of course, there are also those partners who you forget postpartum depression. They also just don't want you to go anywhere.
Yeah,
that's true.
Be home all the time, you know, and sometimes it's also one partner's fault or both their faults, because when you started the marriage,
that's how you started
together all the time, and now suddenly 4 years down the line, I'm no fun anymore, or you don't think it's important to go out with me, to hang out with your friends as well. It's just you all the time.
Exactly.
You know, that kind of thing. So Charlie is dicey, but if it's the postpartum depression, then
so it could be any of the two, Charlie. But they should still get a post-marital counselor.
Sometimes it's as easy as, you know. Yeah. Me inclusive. Like sometimes when I get so upset, I'm like, it's fine.
Yeah, we all do.
I don't want to solve
me. I never say it's fine.
Oh no,
but
my mouth. There's peace in my mouth. That is fine.
Never.
Maybe if I have done it, I can count it on my fingers.
Hey.
No, if something's worrying me, I'll say it. I'll say it, because you see, the thing is that if I don't say it, how do you know what's worrying me?
Anyway.
Just that maybe I'll say it once, twice, 3 times. After that, I won't say it again. Then that one is when I'll go silent. Then the day you bring yourself, I'll unleash it on you again. But it's not like because you see, if you haven't said what is wrong with you, how do you expect the person to give you a solution? So the person has to give you a solution. The thing is that, you see, another thing about talking about issues is that sometimes when you're talking about an issue with somebody and you're talking with a mindset, with a certain response you're expecting from the person, a certain mindset, a standpoint where you feel that you are doing it right. So you just want to find out where she's coming from, for her to understand where you are coming from. That kind of communication doesn't go right. But when you communicate with the genuine intention of finding out what the problem is from the other party, where you listen, keep quiet and listen to all the rants, because when the lady is ranting, we're not like men who say bullet point ranting, bullet point 1, you went there. No. We'll go around the bush, we'll be descriptive and everything, but at the end of the day, we'll land on the points. That's how women are. So if you really want to know what's wrong with your wife, I think have the patience, do a proper communication, allow her to vent. Manin kasa. Then after she finishes, like, okay, fine, you've said this, if I'm right, this is what you've said. Am I right? Yes. No, I'm not. Okay, give me, you just sum it up, bullet points. Give me 5 things you really want me to do for you. But at least you'd have heard her talk.
Yeah, you'd have heard her.
So I think that everything, just communication, and if both of you communicate properly, you realize that marriage is easy. But when one person's at a standpoint where they don't want to listen, they feel they are right, they're always right, then that's when there's a problem.
Right, so Sister on City TV and 97.3 City FM. We'll go for another commercial break. We'll be right back.
The one thing that stands between you and your dream is that one step. The one step between the ordinary and stardom. One step to be a part of your favorite music reality show.
Ladies and gentlemen, here it is.
Voice Factory. Can you sing? Are you between the ages of 18 and 24? Do you dream of becoming the next big music star? Then this is for you.
Yo, what's up?
Baby, let's go! Voice Factory 2019, starting this month of May, powered by CTTV, with support from CTFM. Will you take that bold step? Registration opens on Thursday, 25th April 2019. Visit citynewsroom.com for more information. Voice Factory, just discover. For all the news, analysis, projections, and policies that affect your business, curated and delivered in a simple and timely format. Watch Business Dashboard, your most comprehensive source of business news, every weekday at 7 p.m. only on City TV. Business Dashboard on City TV is sponsored by ADB Bank, truly a Greek and more.
Welcome back to Sister Sister on City TV and 97.3 City FM. We'll go right into this question here, which is pretty straight to the point. It says, hello, Sister Sister. Please, whose responsibility is it to cook, clean, and wash at home? Is it the woman's or both?
It's nobody's responsibility.
As defined by your relationship, it's nobody's responsibility.
It's nobody's responsibility. It's the 21st century, really. Like, both of you should know what your strengths are, what your weaknesses are in a relationship. And especially when both parties work. Like me in my home, this is my typical home. I cook, hubby will help me with the dishes. Somebody would sweep the living room. Somebody would sort out the washroom. Somebody would help out with laundry. I would dry. Do you see what I mean? So it's a partnership. When it comes to marriage, it's not, he will go to the market, I will get the things out, so you can't, we no longer live in a stereotyped world whereby, it's your sole responsibility to cook. There are times when Happy will go to the kitchen and actually cook something for us to eat. Well, he claims his cooking is good, but I still appreciate it, but it's just appreciating each other and helping each other. Because what if on a day I'm not feeling well and then we all have to eat at home? Doesn't mean that because I can't go to the kitchen, we're all going to starve to death. No. It doesn't, it's nobody's responsibility. It's your home. You live in the house together. It's your home. It's teamwork. Make it work.
Okay, I beg to differ small. Okay, so they are saying that it's a shared responsibility. I think that the woman is the team lead. So I think that the woman is responsible for the home, the cooking, everything. But she could delegate and let you do it as and when. So this is what I want to say. We've been brought up, it can be the 21st century, but we have things that are ways that we've been brought up and what we've been told. Okay, the woman is responsible for the home. And what entails a house being a home? It's food. It's a clean environment in the home, conducive enough for the family to live in. I believe that, or that is my view, or that is what I have been taught, that the woman is responsible for the home. Now, being responsible for the home doesn't mean that you are cooking, cleaning, washing, doing everything by yourself. What it means is that if there's no food at home, it is your responsibility. The buck stops with you. If the house is not clean, the buck stops with you. So if there's a house help coming into the house, somebody coming to help out in the house, you direct. You say, we are doing this, we are doing that, do it this way, do it that way, clean this house, put this curtain here, we are doing this color, we are doing this. If the two of you are not doing any house help in the house, and the two of you are the ones being there, you ask for help, and your partner should be responsive to the help. That is where the shared responsibility come in, but the buck stops with you. So if the man, and most men, Ghanaian men in our setting, have not been taught to sweep and to do, and they don't do it. It doesn't mean you should fight at war and everything. No. If he's not doing it and he's staying in a dirty place and he can do it the whole week, will you stay there as a woman and be saying that, okay, fine, if he won't do it, then we are all staying in the dirt? No. I actually think that the buck stops with a woman to keep a clean home, responsible for food in the house. It doesn't have to come from me. If hubby wants to cook, fine, let him cook. But the responsibility lies with the woman, in my opinion.
Rosie, you've got 2 minutes.
2 minutes. Okay, so I think that, yes, we all have various ways we were brought up. Now, if in my upbringing, cooking, cleaning, and everything defines me as a woman, there's nothing wrong with me taking it up 100% in the house and making sure that that's what happens, because that's what I believe in. There are certain men who are also brought up by their mothers to be able to do all these things. I've been with somebody who could cook, who could clean. Look, in fact, he cooks so well that you yourself, you're afraid to cook.
Because you're not sure if you match
You're not
up.
sure whether, you know what I mean? So all I'm saying is that, look, we shouldn't, of course, there are stereotypes. Because if we are going by what we were taught, then it means that every woman should be at home, be taken care of by men. Because the men are also taught to be the breadwinners. The men are also taught to take care of the home. The men are also taught X, Y, Z. So which means that on the face of it, it means that the old stereotypes, how we were taught, that should have been it. But times are changing, and we are changing with the times. So do what is convenient for both of you. So we don't put yourself in a straitjacket. I'm responsible for this, you're responsible for that. Because what happens is that a time is going to come where there'll be something that is not defined as to whose responsibility, and it doesn't get done. Then what happens? But if both of you have a mindset that this is our home, we need to keep it clean. We need to keep it neat. We need to make sure there's food enough for us and the children at all times. We need to do that. That's when, if the woman doesn't even do it, the man steps in because it is our responsibility.
Right.
And when the man doesn't do something, the woman steps in because it's our responsibility. So I think that every home and what is unique to them, but in the long run, both parties should just have the mind that this is our home. This is how we want it to look like, and work towards it.
I totally agree. 101%. You know, I feel it's shared responsibility, definitely. You know, and it's defeatist if you start to assign roles so strictly.
Yeah.
Because the way things, I mean, let's take me. If I ever get married, you know, I'm getting home, say, 8 p.m. on average every day. So if I have, maybe my children have already been picked up, they're at home, and my husband gets in at, say, 6 p.m. every night. What does that mean? They will be hungry till I get home at 8. That kind of, I'm just saying that let's both work. It's teamwork.
Yeah, it's teamwork.
It's teamwork. So for me, it's even whoever gets home first.
It's so true.
That is that simple.
Yeah. My kids will go to hubby for food.
If there's something dirty, clean it.
Yeah.
If I can clean it, I will. That kind of thing. But no hard and fast rule in that regard. We'll end the show now. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Really appreciate your comments, your suggestions. And of course, remember, you can follow us on Facebook. Search for @SisterSisterLive. Join the movement. We're having lots of exciting conversations on our Facebook page. My name is Jessica. Been here with Tina, Rosina, and Olivia. We'll be back same time next week. Thanks for watching.